Countdown to hell. That's what it feels like sometimes.
Oh,
3,
testing.
2, 1, you're
Go.
in hell. Fuck you. That's how it feels. I just hit the thing. That doesn't matter. It's not doing anything.
No,
Actually,
we can't hear it today.
yeah, we're not gonna be able to hear it.
I'm rusty, dude. You got to bring us in,
I'm
bro.
so tired. All right. Also, I'm kicking it for good, so now I've got a bunch of stuff in my throat.
Oh yeah, the vaping.
Yeah. Don't tell me. A lot of people think I quit a while ago.
Like who? Your mom?
My mom, my girlfriend, I've been hiding from her.
Oh really?
She just thinks I take 38 bathroom breaks.
And it's like really steamy in there.
Yeah. I shower every time I use the bathroom. Well, hello everybody. You're listening to the We Cool podcast. This is a podcast where we apologize for things, we demand apologies, and we read anonymous listener apologies. I'm one of our hosts, Ryan Call, and I have a little bit of a headache. And if you don't like that, I'll fucking kill you. I'm of course joined by a regular on the show. In fact, he's one of the hosts,
Yeah.
Grant Winkle.
Unpaid regular.
An unpaid regular.
Yes.
Grant, how you doing? But
I'm doing well, thanks. Good to be back.
Missing in action today, much like hundreds of children in the 90s on milk cartons, is our other host, Tommy Bayer. But we have a good pal, a real good chap to replace him
A
today.
good what?
A good chap.
Chap.
Yeah, like a
Chappy.
He's a stick short.
But $1 long.
He's just a chap. He's not the chap stick. He's as short as stick. His name is David Freeburg. He's a Minneapolis-based comedian.
AKA the Prince of Uptown.
The Prince of Uptown. You know, if this guy's at your open mic, he's going to be complaining about the way it's run. That's one thing
He's
about
going to be
David.
complaining that he doesn't get enough time at the open mic he's on currently.
Hey man, that's how you get more time, baby.
Welcome to the
If
show.
to every comedian listening, that's if you want to get more time, you gotta complain to the host.
You got to complain to anyone who will listen. Squeaky wheel gets 5 minutes,
As the saying
goes.
Yes.
How are you doing, David?
I'm doing good.
David Freeburg.
Yeah, you got it. Finally.
With the way inflation is going, they're going to have to change his name to David $1 Berg.
There we go.
Clip it.
Clip that, baby.
That one's going on.
Clip that up,
IG.
Freeburg. Put that on your reels.
Yeah, you're the engineer now.
Put that on your reels.
I'm the engineer now.
You're the engineer. Grant doesn't want to do it anymore. I don't know how. You
Well,
have glasses. so-
Actually, I think you successfully engineered the show last week. So.
I did, but I didn't put it anywhere. I just recorded everything. I set everything up, but I didn't. After that, I didn't know what to do.
It sounded like some pretty clean audio to me.
Yeah, but I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't. You still posted it,
I did. Yeah.
and you went through it.
Freeburg, are you an audio whiz?
No, I don't know anything. I had a.
Did you go to
podcast-
Hogwarts for audio design?
No.
Wouldn't that
No?
suck if you were?
You didn't?
No.
What the fuck are we going to talk about on this episode?
Wouldn't that suck if you're like, yeah, you get the whole Harry Potter treatment? They're like, you're a wizard, David, but an audio one. You just really good with sound levels. You don't get a wand.
What are the other kind of wizards? Like a tech wizard.
Piss
You'll be
wizard.
really good at computer
Piss
stuff. Can't do any of the cool things.
Cheese whiz.
Spelling.
Cheese wizard.
Yeah, you're just a cheese wizard.
Everyone knows
make-
cheese whiz is short for cheese wizard.
You're the one who puts it in the can and makes it liquid.
You take it from like the block thing and make it like it is.
That's what you do.
But you still don't get a wand. You don't need a wand for that one.
and you'd better not be trash.
Well, there is a wand in the cheese facility, but it's kind of just like it lives there. It's not your wand.
Yeah.
You can use that wand, but it's got a thing taped to it like a bathroom key at a
it
gas
says
station.
Frank's wand.
If you take it off the premises, it locks up.
It goes back in.
You're from Wisconsin, Dave. We call you Freeburg. So for those listening,
For now.
we might be doing a little shorthand here. Anytime I say Freeburg, I'm referring to David Freeburg.
Yeah,
just
because
so
we're
everyone-
like, comedians are like troops in the military. We're in that we call each other by our last name.
Yes.
And also, we're the real heroes.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Freeburg, with a name so common as David, it seems to be pretty, a lot of people just call me Freeburg right off the bat. So
Has anyone ever called you King David Freeburg?
no.
On my birthday, I was trying to get my girlfriend to call me Detective Ryan Call just once, and she wouldn't.
Wow. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. I'm 30.
Nice.
How's
They call
that
it
feel?
the Dirty 30. That's what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The big 3-0.
Yep. The gay 30.
The gay 30s.
Gay 30s. We go to gay
The newest
30s.
nightclub in town.
It's a third as good as gay 90s.
Are you going to enter your Dust Bowl era now that you're in your 30s?
I don't think so. I think I did start thinking about like having to save after I retire for the first time. I was like, I don't want to be an old guy.
Well, you want to save
Homeless.
before you retire also.
Wait, what?
You said
I thought you were supposed to save after you retire.
yeah,
You retire
well,
and then you save.
Yeah, they do call it retirement savings. So,
Yeah, so that's why I was confused because I thought it was you can wait until after you've retired to start saving money.
yeah. Well, now you're 30. Now that myth is dispelled.
Shit.
I'm an idiot with finances, but like I've had an office job and they kind of make it easy to just like they're like, hey, you should do this so that you have retirement savings. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, sure. And then never checked it for like 6 years. Then I was quitting my job and I was like, I should take a look at this, make sure like it's gonna come with me. I took a look and I had a lot of money in there and I was like, well, fuck, can I just like have that money now?
Yeah.
Like I'm so bad at
to
saving.
It'll get
right?
taxed.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
that's
take
what
it
they
out
said.
now.
They're like, you'll get taxed way too much. And I was like, okay, but I could really use that money. You know?
Yeah. were they matching any
Yeah,
of
that's
your
what I put it in.
contributions?
Yeah, I think it was like 4% per
And
paycheck.
you did it with for 6 years without looking at it?
Yeah,
Oh yeah. That's
For
probably quite a
people-
bit of money.
For people
it's like more money than I've ever had. Like,
yeah.
for the people who are listening at home and are under the age of 30, when a company matches, what that's like is like when you buy weed from someone and they're like, okay, well, I'll put up some weed. And you put up that same amount of weed and we'll smoke that together.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
it's the same thing except
It's
for
called
with
the
your
same.
company.
But with
Yeah,
your,
matching.
Yeah,
Throwing down on a bowl together is
Yeah.
what they call it at
yeah.
HR.
That's how my manager was explaining it to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, I don't understand.
Got
this.
five on
okay,
it.
so you know how you smoke a bunch of weed. You know how you failed your drug test.
And we hired you anyway.
So you quit your job, Freeburg. How
Yeah,
are
I'm
you feeling,
a free
man?
man as of Friday.
You're a Freeburg man.
Yeah, I'm a free Freeburg as of Friday.
How do
Why'd you
feel-
quit?
Yeah. Any apologies to demand? Any bridges to burn now that you're,
mean-
you're out of this job?
It would be very boring content because it's just like complaints about my stupid office job. You know that like.
I don't know.
Were they not giving you
here's-
enough time?
This was cool though.
Were they not putting you up enough?
They weren't giving me enough time, and they had this point system that I didn't like the way it was run. I saw like worse workers getting 5-minute spots when I was
Yeah.
getting 3-minute spots. And I was like, "Yo, why?
Multiple weeks
How
in
is
a
that
row.
gonna get
Yeah.
5? He's been doing that same 5-minute spot for 4 weeks.
I
in a row, and
know.
They still give him 5 minutes. You know.
Yeah.
So then they were like, "No," but the one cool thing was I got in trouble for suggesting to like another team's manager that my team was understaffed because I was just sincerely under the impression that like we were understaffed and they were planning on hiring more people.
Yeah.
And got in big trouble for that.
Big trouble?
Yeah, because they were like that sales manager like took that all the way to like to the top, and they were like, "No, we're not hiring more people there." And
Why'd that person narc on you?
Well, I was kind of like, sorry, we're understaffed. I was kind of like hoping because companies do everything for sales team and they don't give a shit about finance like anyone else. And this guy's on the sales team, so I was like, honestly, like if you tell your manager like you want more billers, like they might hire more billers for
Yeah,
us, like,
okay.
and then you'd get your shit done sooner because like, you know, and then so that's why they kind of like upped it. And then I got in trouble. They're like, you can't be doing that, and I was like, sorry, I can't believe you guys don't think we're understaffed.
You can't just make an observation about your job.
Yeah, exactly. And
Cool.
but then so I already knew at that point that I was going to be putting in my 2 weeks, so I didn't really fight it or anything. But then I put in my 2 weeks, and then we had a meeting like a couple days after where the manager like told the team that me and this other guy was leaving too, and then they were trying to talk about how like they want to do an initiative where other teams kind of lean in to help with our team, so we got to like cross train this team to do our work.
Yeah.
And one of the employees was like, if we have too much work, wouldn't the answer be to like hire more people and not like ask other teams to do our work for us? And the manager like got all flustered, and I just like sat up straight in the Zoom and like smiled really big because I just knew the manager couldn't be like, it just had to, she got like all flustered and was like, no, like we're getting a lot of negative reactions to process changes, like blah, blah, blah. And like, we need to think positively, blah. And then like ended the meeting and everyone was like, what the fuck was that? I was like, yeah, I got in trouble for suggesting we were understaffed. So
You should have put her on blast right then and there. So you got nothing to lose.
I
you
know, but she's just kind of like, that's the thing about managers is they're just like a mouthpiece. Like she probably wants more people.
Yeah,
She's
she
getting
probably
it from
agrees.
the top.
Yeah, but
down
like
too,
her boss was like, no, we're not hiring more people. And now you have to tell them that we're not hiring more people.
Because her boss is truly probably a sociopath.
I mean,
Her boss is Patrick Bateman.
yeah.
What's the company that you work for? Let's dox their ass.
Axiom in
Axiom.
Chicago. It's
What-
like
what
no
do
one
they
knows
do?
about it. It's basically like
It's
a
like
temp agency.
military.
It's like military
supplies?
weapons.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Drones,
I was a
droning things.
I was a scientist
people.
and one of the big idea guys there.
We collected the UAPs that were shot down over Canada. And here's what they were. Technically, I signed an NDA, but I don't care.
There's still no information on what those were.
They're not telling us.
No.
It's probably just balloons.
Yeah. I heard these people saying it was like private industry stuff that just they changed the settings on the radar, so
Yeah,
all
that's
that
what they
shit's
did.
been up there.
I
and
told
they
you
just
that, I
didn't.
think.
Well, I mean,
I told
yeah,
you that.
people are saying.
I told you that because we were talking about this, and I remember distinctly being like, "Yeah, they had it set for like really high, and then they found the balloon, which is going with wind patterns, and they set it down to just look for small things that are following wind patterns."
Well, I've been on the Weaponized with Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, new podcast, Alien podcast.
Apparently, one of those guys had a falling out with the other guys. I think it was. Nah, I don't remember. I don't care.
Wait, which guys?
Like between Elizondo,
Lou
and
Elizondo.
Corbell and
I don't know
all
if
those guys.
I.
One of them fell out.
I don't. Lou
They're all
Elizondo
CIA.
doesn't seem
They're all
that
CIA.
trustworthy to me.
None of them are trustworthy.
Yeah.
The
George
second-
Knapp. I feel like George Knapp kind of is. No,
None
you
of
think
them.
he's
None of them. They're all just CIA guys. And honestly, it's probably not aliens or anything cool. It's probably they're using it to get a fuck ton of money to develop
predator
worse
drones.
weapons.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is kind of sick.
Which is sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's honestly pretty awesome. Oh, they're making G.I. Joe real? Oh, that sucks. Oh, no.
Oh yeah, we
yeah,
all hated
lame.
watching that.
Oh, yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
to meet Snake Eyes?
Oh yeah, they're gonna use G.I. Joe to fight the Chinese. Oh no.
It would be
no.
so funny.
That
if
turned out so bad in the TV show that I loved.
they eventually do make like a super soldier, and they're just decide to lean in, and they're like, "Fuck it, this is Captain America." Like
Yeah.
we're taking that marketing like from the comic book, or like
Now
whatever.
rip his throat out. Rip that Chinese man's throat out, Captain America, and spit in his ass.
In his neck stump.
Yeah, if Captain America did exist, they would just make him like work at Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah. Oh man, Guantanamo Bay, man, still going strong down there. Here's what I don't get. That's in Cuba, right?
Yeah, well, it's
And Cuba's like a big no-no for us. Yet we
it's
have
like
a
off the
military
shore
base
of
there.
Cuba, yeah.
Explain that to me.
Yeah,
I
Ryan.
don't know.
Come on.
I don't know why
Ryan.
they do it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Put your money where your mouth is. Explain.
I
it
have
to
no
me.
money and my mouth must scream. What? What about it's called gay amnesia, but it's just like amnesia, except the only difference is they also think they're gay now. You know, he's like, who am I? I'm gay. Wait, what? I want to suck cock. I'm gay. That's who I am. I'm a gay man. They're like, no, you have a family. He's like, I'm gay.
No, you're Tyler. Should we do an anonymous apology?
Yes.
Get back into it.
God damn, I have a headache.
Okay.
That's what you got to do. That's what the fans like to hear.
Okay.
Yeah, this might be the lowest rated app.
No, the fucking Lester and Kagan one that Grant is so fond of is easily our worst rated episode.
All right, here's one. If you want to submit or demand your own apology, go to wecoolpodcast.com. Write these in, baby. I demand an apology from my grandpa for moaning during the part in the movie The Shallows when Blake Lively zips up her wetsuit. I was like 14, and it was just us watching it together. This was on Thanksgiving, and it ruined my holiday.
Okay, but he could have been moaning.
Sounds
he
like
could have just shifted his back. a little
No,
bit,
I
don't
think
it?
Grandpa's getting horny.
Also, it sounds like it's ruined more than their holiday if they're writing about it still. Unless
Yeah.
they're like 15 now.
Yeah.
Damn, are you 15, listener? If you are, go to bed.
No, that's
What you
awesome.
doing up past your bedtime?
Tell your friends about it.
You just assume it's
Yeah, of course. It's
They're
their
probably
bedtime.
listening.
It's a
It's like-
school night.
they're listening at like 1 p.m. then.
Go to bed.
In math class, listening to this?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want.
What kind of moan do you think?
That's my biggest question is like that. A moan is so general.
Well,
like,
but I mean, we've been around older guys who are being inappropriately horny.
See, I can't even picture the moan.
Maybe it's something like, oh, like, you know, a little like side eye, like get a load of this, you know.
That's a lot better than like just being like, oh.
Just like coming in his pants.
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot better if it was like a side eye nudge type thing than just like a involuntary.
I just don't think you want any. You don't want any vibe like that from Peepaw.
Yeah,
you know, especially on the holidays.
And that's what's wrong with our country.
What?
We don't even allow old people to be horny anymore without being shamed.
They can do whatever they want. Just do it behind closed doors.
Okay,
you
sound like how people used to talk about gay people in the 90s.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
they can be gay. I just don't want to see it.
I mean, yeah, I'm talking about old people being horny though.
In front of their grandchildren.
Yeah.
Make old people horny again. Let them be horny.
In front of their grandchildren.
For too long, my people have been told not to be horny. Let us be horny again.
Do you guys think you're going to be horny old men?
I'm starting to become an unhorny mid-30s guy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's because you have a computer job.
Yeah.
You gotta get blue collar, brother. That makes you horny as hell.
It angries up the blood.
I'm actually I'm not any collar right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No collar.
No collar job.
No collar Jones. That's what we should start calling you instead of the Prince of Uptown.
I like
God, I wish I was just a Prince of Uptown and just got like an inheritance.
You wish you were Mo Yakub?
Yeah.
One time I saw my grandpa's dick. That
really?
was
it hard?
No, dude, it looked like a fucking like mini pickle. It was the opposite
mini
of hard.
pickle?
Yeah, you know, like the mini dills.
Oh, no,
the baby
he had
dills.
a small dick?
Well,
It sounds like
how
it
old
looked
were you?
delicious.
I was probably like
Jump that thing up.
I was probably oh man, I don't even remember. I mean, I must have been like 10 or something. And
That's a bad sign if you're 10 and you're like, Grandpa got a tiny little dick.
I think he was like getting changed and his dick was just out of his boxers on accident, you know? Like he was we were getting ready to go to some function, some church, probably like church or something, like Easter. It is some holiday shit.
More holiday.
But
yeah,
it disturbed me, and it disturbs me to this day.
What did you do? Did you say anything?
No, never ever brought it up. This is the first time I'm going public with it.
Do you want to demand an apology from
my grandpa? Yeah,
for having
He's
a penis.
Been dead for 10 years, but I will demand an apology.
Is that all you could see when it was open casket? Was it also open underwear?
You know, that's what they refer to when it's open casket. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was open casket, but it was the bottom half.
Well, yeah, but
just his cock.
The Undertaker did a wonderful job with it.
His cock and two of the longest balls you've ever seen in your life. They go down to his knees.
You couldn't even tell how he died, which was a horrible penis mangling in a thresher.
He bled out. He bled out as soon as he came because it's like, you know, when you're stabbed and it's in there.
Yeah, you got to leave it in.
Once you pull it out, once he had that release, it just blood. Yeah, he should have not busted, but Grant's grandpa just couldn't bust.
Yeah, he
couldn't bust.
He didn't practice tantric sex the way Sting did.
Yes,
which I heard. Do we know this about Sting? Have you heard this about Sting?
You seen this? You heard this about Sting?
That he loves Sting. Sting the Newth.
It sounds familiar, but I didn't. It sounds like something I heard and never looked into. It sounds like you looked into it.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
That's what's cool with information is some people will be like, I don't need to know any more of that, and then some people like Grant, who's a pervert.
What I do is I take that information, crack it open, I look inside, I look into it.
Grant's the one curious cat.
It's like one of those doctors with the things that look in your ear. Which that's got to be the grossest part about being a doctor, right?
Is that what
just
that's called?
Looking right in somebody's ear all the time.
I don't think that's the grossest part about being a doctor.
I think having to charge people so much money is the grossest part of being a doctor.
Thank you.
Yes. This is a socialist podcast. We haven't reminded people in a while.
Scrocialist.
Oh no! Apparently that's it's just Not true about Sting. I mean, he was like kind of.
Really?
It's all based on like one interview, I guess.
Also, I don't even know what tantric. Like, if someone asked me what's tantric sex, I'd be like,
Okay,
I don't know.
hold on.
Weird,
What is it?
flexible sex.
What's tantric sex?
Weird, flexible sex.
Long sex, like sex for like
Oh yeah, that's right.
8
that's right.
hours.
When you
Long
don't
sex.
come,
Okay.
Like you're
you don't bust.
you're clocking in. You're going. This is an 8-hour job,
Mm-hmm.
and you.
That doesn't sound fun.
It doesn't.
No.
It sounds like it would suck. Your penis would hurt, and I could only imagine how their vaginas would feel. They're
always
sweet.
thinking about
they're sweet little
others.
vaginas.
They're sweet.
Let me see
Vaginas.
your vagina. All right. Well, I don't know, man. I feel like this grandpa, let him enjoy his thing.
Yeah, but come on, you don't have to be creepy in front of.
Yeah, but it's funny. It should have been funny. You know, it should have been like, oh, grandpa's getting horny. Not like, fuck, this affected
Maybe
me.
this kid should just understand that his grandpa is an adult human being with adult
And he has
human
needs, and grandma
feelings.
can't fulfill those needs ever since her pussy got so blown out all the damn
Yeah,
time.
if this kid maybe thought about that,
And whose
he
fault
wouldn't
was
have been
that?
disgusted.
Grandpa.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So
you know?
okay, you're back to blaming him.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know. I feel like if that happened with me and my grandpa, I'd be like, "Nice, G-Pa."
Yeah,
It
I
ain't
feel like
happening. It ain't.
I'm playing devil's advocate right now. It is like it.
You're playing Al Pacino.
Yeah,
Devil's
yeah,
advocate.
dude.
Give us your best Al Pacino and Devil's Advocate real quick.
Wow.
Nice. I can't do that. My throat hurts.
What's going on with you, man?
I can't.
Did you just beat yourself up this weekend?
No, I didn't. I had.
I know
a
you
gig
went to
in-
DeGidio's yesterday.
Yeah, I had a gig in Duluth on Friday and had one beer there.
Did you tell him it was your birthday?
On accident on stage because some guy was like, "I'm 30," and I was like, "Oh, I'm turning 30 tonight," and then they were like, and I was like, "Nah, shut the fuck up. That's not part of the." I don't like. I feel like there's two types of people with birthdays. There's the people that are like, "It's my birthday," and that means a lot of things have to be different today. And then there's the type of people who are like, please don't even like mention that it's my birthday.
Yeah.
I don't really want to think about it. It's having a birthday is gay in that way. Either you're flamboyant about it or you're in the closet and you're like you don't want to admit that it's your birthday.
Well, I don't get either way. Can't you just
Well,
be
you have to be
normal?
one of two.
Can't you just be normal and be like, "Thank you for the happy birthday wishes"?
That's insane.
That's
What are you?
psycho.
You're anti-birthday?
I'm no, I'm normal.
So you love your birthday? You do
No,
a
it's
whole
fine.
birthday month thing?
No, it's fine. My birthday's fine, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't like that you have to respond to all these messages.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
If you don't tell, I get about 1 year. I got one message, and it was from my ex-girlfriend's sister.
that's a fucking bummer. For
Yeah,
you. What the
dude.
fuck?
See, sometimes you go too far in the closet on your birthday.
Yeah, you got to work on.
and then you don't get a lot.
Forget that you're gay in the first place. You forget you're even gay.
Yeah, you forget you even have a birthday.
That's the opposite of gay amnesia.
No, I like my birthday, but I just don't like. I feel weird being like making people celebrate it with me. So I always take like a day for myself. Like I take off work and I just like hang out. Yeah, just jack off like 30 times.
Jack off to Blake Lively.
Drink like
in that
17 Miller Lights.
You jack
and
off.
play Madden.
You jack off and drink one beer for every time.
Yeah,
You jack off once and drink one beer for every year you are.
forever. Yeah, and then I play a season of Madden for every year that I've lived.
Damn, dude, your birthday sounds fucking
It's
shitty,
awesome.
dude.
It's
It's like the best day of my life. I enjoy it.
All
so
a
much.
birthday should be is you
Nice
get
dinner.
nice dinner. You get maybe some money or a present, and then you go out for a nice dinner, and then the next day, if the present wasn't that nice, you go and you return the present for something you want. That's one nice thing about the relationship I'm in now is we have a standing agreement where it's like we're keeping receipts. If you don't like the gift, don't pretend like you don't like the gift. We'll go get something else the next day.
Gifts are fucking hard.
Yeah.
Especially if sometimes I'll like give a gift and then it'll be so good that it makes the gift that I receive worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, fuck, this isn't as good as what I gave to you.
I have never had that problem.
Yeah.
I'm always the exact opposite. I'm
Yeah.
always like, I'll get an incredible gift that shows that they know who I am. And And then I buy a gift that's like the wrong size pants, you know, and I'm like, I didn't fucking know.
Yeah,
I'm
you can't be
sorry.
gifting pants, dude.
Women have crazy pant size. It's like WXL Live 38 by 12. And you're like, I don't know what the fuck this means.
Or it's just like one.
Yeah, you're like, where is the medium? Is there a small or medium here?
One time I was shopping for like a present for Christmas or something, and so I was looking at like women's clothes, and I was like, oh, this is a kind of nice looking like dress or whatever. I could get this for my sister. And we were looking at the thing, and it said like 4M. And I was like, that's weird. And I looked at another tag, it was like 3M. And I kept being like, and I had to like ask this woman nearby. I was like, hey, this is weird, but can you explain the size to me? And she goes, M stands for maternity. I was like, oh, okay, I'm in the wrong section.
I would have guessed medium because that makes sense.
I know.
Yeah.
But then, see, that was I was like, okay, so this is like size 4 medium. And then I was like, but why is there size 2 medium?
That
would
would've been-
medium.
Yeah.
It would have been awesome if you, I bet it's each month, right? Or each trimester, maybe? Month, probably.
No, I bet you it's the size that you are.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would make more sense than just like a one size fits all. Well, you're at 2 months.
Yeah.
This should fit you. If you're pregnant.
Yeah.
It would
And
have
if
been.
it's too short or too tall, you're just
You're
wrong.
a
That's the
freak.
size. That's
You're
the
a freak,
size.
woman. It would have been awesome if you would have got your sister that, though. And then, like, it's like, yeah, I know. I know you're pregnant. I know you got knocked the fuck up.
My family and me don't like
Jack off.
don't talk a lot. Well, now we do because they live so close. But like we were never like big like I wouldn't call my sisters and talk to them on the phone like in college or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
And we barely text. And the other my parents like went and visited my sister in L.A. and they were like blah 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 Jenny's boyfriend. I was like whoa Jenny has a boyfriend, you know, and didn't even tell me. So I texted her, I was like, you didn't even tell me you had a boyfriend? She's like, well, I told him about you.
Yeah.
Don't tell him about me.
Yeah, you're trying to keep your
Don't
shit
go
on the
behind
down
my
low.
back. Yeah. I live off the grid for a reason.
It'd be so funny to just be like, do you have any siblings? Be like, no. And then like later on be like, hey, I got to tell you, I actually do have a brother.
Yeah,
I just made me sign a contract.
I have to sign an NDA.
We have to be dating for 6 months before I can tell anyone about him.
That means no date anonymous.
What?
Shut
NDA.
up. I don't know.
I got it.
What do I got written down here? Hold on. I got
You
something.
got some stuff? You wrote some shit down?
Oh, what about you're in court and they're like, how do you plead? And you're like, Your Honor, I plead linsanity. And then you're like, show the highlights. It's just like it's him just, you know, like his 2-month streak where he's going crazy for the Knicks.
That's why you committed a
that's why
killing spree.
So that's why you sexually assaulted that child? I was linsane. I was
caught up
legally
in
linsane.
insanity. Yeah. All crimes that happened during that 2-month period, you could have claimed insanity.
He was sent away to a Linsane asylum.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, yeah. We got anything else? I'm a good person. I took out a $10,000 loan and gave it to a homeless guy. Let me ask you guys this: do you think? Because I was working last week and I was like, oh man, it would be nice if another 9/11 happened because then I would get tomorrow off if it happened today. And then the next day we had a work meeting about like iron filters. And at the end, my boss was like, does anybody have any questions? And I raised my hand and I was like, yeah, if another 9/11 happens, would we get the next day off? And he was like, I didn't get the day off after 9/11.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That you don't get the day off after 9/11 happens?
So, like, the only guys who got 9/11 off were the people in the building.
Yeah.
And the guys
People
on
who
the plane.
died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys who did it.
Yeah, that doesn't seem fair.
No.
It's almost like, well, what
The
was
football players got it off.
Did they?
Yeah, it's the week
Yeah.
they stopped football.
So if you're like an entertainer, you get the day
Packers
off.
were supposed to play the Giants week 2.
And it
But they had to
fucks
move it
them.
to week.
It fucks the
them,
Packers.
yeah. Yeah, Packers would have won the Super Bowl if it wasn't for 9/11 taking that week 2 game, moving it to the end of the season.
Favre would have had 2. How many?
Yeah, he only won once, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
96 or something?
Yep.
Yeah, he
Won
got
in
his
96,
ass
lost
kicked
in
by the
97.
Broncos.
It was a close game.
Got his fucking
But they were
teeth
like
kicked in.
It was a close game. They didn't get their ass kicked.
They got their
but
fucking
they were
ass
favorites by like
kicked.
14 points or
Dude,
something crazy.
you're pissing off Freeburg, dude.
They got their fucking. Oh,
They also
Freeburg
got-
has something.
They also got penalized for subverting the cap in those years. So
Doesn't matter.
cheating rings.
Doesn't matter. 2 of them.
Yeah.
Anyways,
they got fined and
remember when we were at
lost draft pick.
Let's talk about this. Is the angriest I've ever seen anybody. Freeburg, in a lot of ways, is like our scene's Costanza. You're like our George Costanza.
I could see that.
Who was? I think Kogis and McShane were here, and we were at the bar.
Oh my
and
God.
It's a busy night,
I had
right?
moved past this.
Okay, it's a busy night.
You're drilling it.
Okay,
out.
I wasn't here for this.
This was like this. Okay, we're gonna Tarantino this. So it ends with Freeburg screaming at all three of us, basically just like, "I was in the right, I wasn't wrong." Okay, so now
I think the listeners will agree with me.
All right,
well,
yeah, right
sides.
in. So okay, we're at the bar, and it's just taking a while, right? Like they're busy. They're busy.
It's not just taking a while.
Okay, all right.
We ordered 3 drinks. Mm-hmm. He brought us 2 of them.
Yeah.
Didn't bring my drink.
Okay.
And then he just moved on.
Whiskey ginger.
Whiskey ginger. Moved on.
I think everybody but Freeburg got a drink.
Was it Sully?
No, it wasn't Sully. It was
It was a dude who I'm cool with. Like,
so
we were joking last night. He was the
these-
manager during the whole fiasco last night.
These bartenders, oh yeah, you should talk about that too.
Yeah, I'll demand
These
a problem.
bartenders, they have a bit of a reputation at Corner Bar for being a little bit surly. Would you guys agree?
I disagree. I think they work hard and they
I'm not
deserve
saying they
every
don't.
dollar they get.
I've never heard that.
I didn't say anything that
What do you
goes
mean by
contrary to
surly?
that.
I'm an
They're
idiot. I don't know what
They're
words
really
mean.
good at looking through you if you aren't tight with them. You know.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'll say. But so you don't get your drink.
And so we're all Freeburg's like, "Where's my drink? Where's my drink? Where's my drink?"
And you guys are just happily clanging your
Oh,
drinks together.
we're like, he'll come back. He's coming back, And then Freeburg's like, "I'm gonna flag." How do we know that it's gonna record on there? Like, how do we?
It
know
is.
this
I
one?
just tested. So
Okay.
it's not. It's not. This is just like the processor for recording on the computer.
So
now.
we're good.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. I think we are.
Okay.
This
So
has
last
never
night
happened.
at CCU, what happened?
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. We gotta just reset again because they
this
didn't get
is
us
the-
resetting a second
Oh
time.
shit! So this is the third time.
This is
We've
that
had-
we are now having to riff our way out of this bag.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So,
okay.
for the last story just cut off, all right, and that's because for some reason the soundboard just took a shit on us, and so did the video. Completely separate systems. We reset them, shut everything down, restarted, and then it happened again. So this is try number 3 to get to this deliciously decadent David Freeburg story. It really, really
first we have to wrap up the story that was just interrupted.
yes.
So,
Long story short, Ryan Call was correct. I am now banned from the corner
he
bar.
was acting like a lunatic, and also when
I'm being sued by them. I have to pay $100,000 in damages if I lose.
when I have a couple drinkies, I turn into a real rascal. Okay, I'm sick of telling this story.
You create problems where there aren't any.
Yeah, because it's funny.
And then you frame somebody as a villain when they've done nothing. They've done literally nothing.
Well, they do the smallest thing.
Yeah.
Smallest transgression turns
then
into.
Ryan makes it unravel into
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. It's such an awesome personality trait of mine.
Okay, so at this point, we are now moving forward from that story.
to the
I want
next.
to banish that story to hell. I'm pissed off.
Stopped recording.
I'm pissed off about it.
Fucking my heart jumped.
And God, the thought of spending 15 extra minutes in this room with you guys at this point it's making me
It's
so
already.
angry.
Yeah, we should have been done by now.
Yeah, we should have.
We
were
have another half hour.
just for the listeners, we were at 38 minutes.
Yep.
The thing cut out, so we got knocked back to 30. We reset, did another 5 minutes. And it didn't get it.
Now we're putting in OT, no
Yeah.
Scientology.
Yeah, this is the
That's what I would say
longest.
if I was a rapper.
The longest 1 hour podcast of all time.
Oh my
Yeah, it's
God.
taken us 14 hours and 3 different crews.
Well, it's like a bus driver thing. You can't be going for like more than 12 hours,
Yeah.
so they need to like stop, pull over, take a break, stretch their legs, take a piss,
Okay, so David, what happened last night at Comedy Corner Underground?
and try to not break the damn internet.
This story's so
time.
fire. It keeps ruining.
Because you are the common link here, and the
Yeah.
story is the common link. The missing
So-
link.
So at Comedy Corner Underground last night,
Zelda, the missing link. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
I was doing a little guesty, just a little guesty, and there's a woman who. So before the show, Sam comes into the green room to warn us that a girl's
Sam works
upset.
Sam's one of a comedian who
Sam
works
Almond.
at Comedy Corner Underground.
Funny guy. And so he warns us that a woman's upset because she had to move from the first row to the second row because
God, we got to do the first to the second row riffs again.
Again,
Ryan.
it's very far. The whole show, she was like, I can't even hear now. I can't see. I did this better the
very
first time.
small.
Yeah, it was,
the room's
and it was
very
worse
small.
the second time too, and now this is the third time.
Yeah, now I don't want to do it anymore.
Can you guys at home just fucking fill it in yourselves
Yes.
for God's
She's
sake?
acting
do you
like a
need
child.
Do you need us to do every fucking riff for you?
And also,
God damn.
guess what? It's her birthday.
Yeah, it was
She's
her birthday.
37.
Now she has
she's
to sit in the
mad.
second row because the door person told her that she could get up and leave if she left her stuff in the first row. They didn't leave their
any stuff.
Someone sat down.
Somebody fucked
and now
up.
she
The
has
show
to sit in the
sold
second
out.
row. Also, the room is very small, so it's like a 1 foot difference.
And
now you're
also,
caught up.
if you're a psychopath, if you want to sit in the front row of a comedy show,
Yeah.
and it's your birthday. Okay,
Okay,
free-
so
it's
now
your 37th
listeners,
birthday,
just imagine we said that with a lot of effort and fun.
and
And
we
it
weren't
took longer.
and we weren't and we weren't pissed off at you about it.
Yeah, this is. I'm kind of blaming the listener.
I am too. I'm fucking irate.
If no one ever listened to this podcast, we would never be recording this episode.
well, no one
That's
does
true.
listen to this podcast.
Okay,
yeah,
but
so
anyway.
we would be recording it actually.
So Sam warns us that she's upset, and we're kind of like, okay, Sam, you're overreacting. So a woman's upset before the show. No
yeah,
big deal.
kind of fuck off, nerd.
Yeah,
type
fuck all that.
vibes.
Yeah, we're real mean to Sam. And
Okay,
check.
Mike, check.
Okay,
and
it cut
we're
out
back.
again, and I swear to God, I'm gonna fight this soundboard. We're calling it if it crashes again.
This is like in high school in football when there's like a storm and lightning strikes. And you're like, all right, if it strikes one more kid, we're not playing the game anymore.
So yeah, they got most of that part though. So I
Yeah.
think I can just pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was upset before the show, and then the host goes on stage and does the classic, as if I heard it's someone's birthday, like happy birthday, thanks for celebrating with us or whatever. I'm not sure, I didn't see it, so I can't say specifics. But then
You can't say that word? I can. Specifics.
Wow, your mind's still racing. You're so quick.
I'm in the riff zone and I don't want to go home.
I'm in the riff zone and I do want to go home. I want out of the riff zone.
Recently engaged man wants to go home.
Oh yeah, I got
Weird.
engaged.
We'll talk
For
about that
listeners,
later.
yeah.
We'll say,
Congratulations.
hey,
Thanks,
save it. Save it until after the story, Grant. Big whoop.
I actually, that's crazy. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Where's the ring?
It's on my cock.
It's a cock ring.
You give the woman a nice diamond ring and she gives you a cock ring.
Mm-hmm.
That's millennials, Gen Z shit.
Yeah, totally. I'm totally Gen Z.
Yeah.
Gen
Gen Zero. Sticking on,
You tried so hard.
Okay.
All right. So,
So yeah, so then I go up on stage and do
Just raucous, just applause,
yeah,
thunderous.
Even before I say a joke,
Yeah.
everyone just knows.
They're like,
who I
everybody's
am.
kind of whispering to each other. That's the Prince of Uptown. What's going on? Freeburg, Prince
And
of Uptown.
why hasn't he been on the mic in a while?
I always see him doing these guest
I saw
spots.
somebody else got 5 minutes. They're running like the
They
same 5
weren't.
minutes.
Yeah, they weren't
like
even. And they
3
also
weeks in a
weren't as
row.
funny as Freeburg, but they get up more.
Play Freeburg. That's what the people were saying.
Yeah, and so they finally got their Freeburg, so they were excited to see me.
They're chanting Freeburg.
And but then I do a couple jokes, and then I have a real funny and unique setup. I say I'm on the dating apps.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Like,
then
what's this? You heard about this?
yeah,
Tinder,
I'm like
yada, yada,
I'm on the
yada.
dating apps, and then this birthday girl goes, "What's your name? I'll look you up."
Which is not how the dating app
Yeah,
work,
and so
I don't think.
so
Yeah,
first
you
of
can't
all,
just look up someone and
Yeah.
be like, I want to match with you. It's
not Wikipedia.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
so I kind of just am like flustered and I'm just like, this feels like a conversation we could have after the show. And then I realized
nice.
that you can't do that. And I'm like, wait a minute, you can't look people. I was like, can you look people up?
Yeah.
What version do you have? I was like, because I got a long list of names I want to look up.
Yeah.
And so I riffed on
Queen
it,
of England.
just crushing it, just crowd like so.
Oh,
which is
you're playing that crowd like a fucking
yeah,
banjo,
which
dude.
sometimes I feel like emboldens the heckler because they're like, oh, I'm helping.
Yeah, I'm funny now.
Yeah, but anyway, so I finished that joke or whatever, and so the rest of my set, I kind of hear her kind of like responding to stuff, but she's not shouting full sentences, so I just kind of steamroll. I just steamroll it, and
sometimes it's better to do that.
And then this
just roll with it,
power through it, especially if you have a short set.
I only had 5-7.
Yeah,
and
which they should be giving you more time
on those guest spots. I can't believe I don't get an 30, extra long guest set.
Maybe
exactly. I mean, for all the minutes you're owed for not getting on the mic.
Exactly. They should
every time you don't get up, you should get another 5 minutes.
I should get
your next guest
and my next guest set. Yep, I agree. I think if I ran the mic, I would get a lot of time.
You would give yourself
that. That wouldn't be a rule for everyone. But yeah, so. And then this other guy, like, kind of responds to one of my jokes, and it's like, oh no, now she's emboldening she's emboldening the crowd, and they think it's like,
and it's not even his birthday.
Yeah, and it's not even his birthday, and he's defending WhatsApp, and I'm like, shut up, bro. I'm trying to do a joke about Signal.
Okay,
but
you have such
I can't believe they were getting in the way of this shit. Honestly, wow.
Wait, you don't want to hear my Signal?
Oh, you're gonna defend WhatsApp?
You don't want to hear about this joke about an app that only 10% of you know.
You don't want
to
hear about end-to-end encryption?
And
then why did I get fired?
But so the chatter is so much so that I like end my set. I'm like, thank you guys. Maybe for the rest of the show, let's try to keep the chatter down for the rest of the comics. And then
they boo.
And then now they hate me.
But
wait, did he tell us to shut up?
And that's the last thing you said as you're getting off stage.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good move.
Just like a sincere, not like calling her out, just like to the whole audience, being like, let's remember, let's not talk, like blah blah. Just kind of throwing myself for the rest of the comics. And so I get off stage, and then Emma gets back up, and she was like kind of joking, like, okay, who was heckling? Raise your hand if you were heckling, knowing full well who it was. And the lady goes,
I don't know why you would necessarily do that.
I think
get more attention. You're like, you know who needs more attention is this person who is ruining the show.
Yeah.
Like, because there's a million ways to do it, but you should just be like, just to reiterate what he said. You don't want to like make it about the person again.
Yeah,
but we want to have fun, but you all need to be quiet.
I think the plan was just like see a couple hands raised or something, and then and riff on it and be like, let's all be quiet or whatever. But the woman, she goes,
"You're little babies."
So she goes, raise your hand if you were heckling. And this lady goes, I wasn't heckling. I was just like talking or like responding, blah, blah, blah.
She's already in Google review mode.
Yeah.
She's already like, we were
you
just
should say
talking.
Oh, yeah. And I,
Really?
so then, oh, yeah, she did it. I saw her doing it at the bar on her phone. And,
awesome.
But she, and then so Emma's like, lady, you were textbook heckling.
All right. So Emma tells, again, for the listeners, reset number 4.
Yeah.
Just happened.
And so, yeah, Emma, calling out the hecklers and just being like reiterating, don't talk, blah, blah, blah. And, then Cal Murata, another funny comedian, gets on stage and about
we'll read it.
30 minutes into it. He deserves 30 minutes.
Yeah,
no,
he does get the 30-minute guest sets. That's
he's lucky.
Yeah.
That's who I'm complaining about. I'm like, I'm way funnier than him. No, but he, like a minute into his set or 30 seconds or something, I see her stomp off and stomp up the stairs and her friend following. And I went to say him. I was like, oh, shit, did she get kicked out? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
Just left. And went upstairs a little later and saw her talking to the manager, Doug.
Okay.
And so I was like, yo, like, I want to talk to you. He's like, yeah, I was going to get your side. I was like, I was the comedian on stage. Yeah. And she told Doug she got kicked out.
Okay.
Which I was like, she didn't. And but yeah, and then basically told Doug the story, and she's sitting like across the bar, just like on her phone, like writing down like stuff, and it's like, I'm like, we know she's putting in a Google review, and I'm just sitting there going like, I can't wait to get home and reply to this Google review.
Did you reply to it?
You can't reply because I'm not the owner, but I just did another Google review, gave them 5 stars, and I was like, this is mostly a response to this lady, and I like wrote down, I was like, this is exactly what happened. Like, I'm glad she left because she was ruining the show. Blah blah blah.
So we do have access to the review and the reply. So this is the review. 1 star, including a picture of Emma Dollenberg.
Yeah, which just kind of
feels shitty, right?
A little aggressive.
Came here on my 37th birthday, and I said something in the audience after the comedian had asked a question, and people laughed.
I did not ask a question. I literally said, I'm on the dating apps, and she shouted,
Yes, okay.
Or what's your name?
I then was called a heckler over the microphone by a red-haired female that introduced
Haha, these females. They calling me a heckler.
Females be tripping. I have never been so embarrassed in my life. My whole night was ruined. I have been to so many comedy shows and people in the audience participate.
All the time.
It was not an insult. I would never insult a comedian. I left in tears. She was so rude. I will never come here again. I rarely go out, and this place was a big mistake.
All right. Well, you go to another club, you're probably going to see her there as well because she's
all
a
over
staple
town.
of the scene. So enjoy that.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't matter if it was an insult or not. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, don't talk during the show, especially when we're not there is crowd participation in some shows, and it's very obvious when the comedian is asking questions. And when he says, I'm on the dating apps, that's not one of those times.
Yes.
Insane.
Wait, did
So yeah,
did Bob reply?
Put his reply, and
no, she's gonna get her money back for sure, I bet.
I mean, yeah, it's just like, are you gonna read Bob's reply?
Yeah. Here's CCU's reply. Happy birthday, and sorry you don't get out much. Some comics go for crowd work and some don't, but you kind of got to take cues from them. We don't tolerate heckling, and it's kind of up to the comic to decide at what point you're past the line. Hopefully 37 goes better from here for you.
Yeah. Actually,
kind of a great,
it was it was perfectly mean, that reply was.
Just that first line.
Yeah.
Sorry you don't get out much. Kind of like a hint like, hey, maybe take the self-awareness that you don't get out much to understand that you didn't understand the situation.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Maybe practice getting out more.
They did two. They did two reviews.
Oh, they did another one?
Rude staff who said they would save our seats while we went upstairs to get a drink before the shoe, only to come down
That was probably the one she typed at the bar.
to our seats are taken. Absolutely ridiculous. We came to the venue an hour early.
What an idiot.
Let's see if
What a
that's the
fucking
same
idiot.
person. Nope, different people.
All right. Well, can we just
Oh, she probably made her friend do it.
can we try and get out clean on this podcast now?
Yeah, before this.
Guys, sorry
shit's
this
on
one's
us.
a little not as long as they usually are. We're having some issues.
Yeah.
Okay, Grant fucked up the soundboard.
Actually, you were the one who ran the soundboard last, so there was never an issue before you were completely in charge of the
I ran it
soundboard.
normal style.
Normal style.
I'm not trying to do all these fancy shits that you are.
Yeah.
But reach out to Grant, tell him he fucked up the soundboard, and wish him a very happy engagement. We'll talk about that along with his tour on the next episode, and we'll get Freeburg back for a proper full episode one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even
It'll take
apologize.
Another
I didn't even
150
apologize to the
episodes.
Uproar community.
Oh yeah.
Well,
So I'll have to come back now.
that's a good tease.
Yeah.
yeah, a little
Because you really did horrible
I
things
do
to
need
that
to.
community.
Yeah.
You're
What a
making it
tease.
sound so much worse.
You like most
whole
white
community.
men have done horrible things
Yeah.
to that
The Uproar
community.
Yeah. The whole.
Yeah. Sorry, folks.
Speaking of uproars, shout out to Comrade Trip. He's kind of blowing up on TikTok and Instagram. If you like stand-up reels, go follow him there.
Also, give Tommy a little shit because he just today told us he couldn't record,
Yeah.
even though he
had
hates
all
me.
week. He had all
he
week to
could
decide.
have told us. So
No, he hates me.
Yeah. All right.
No.
Write in anonymous apologies. Oh, the grandpa thing. I don't know. Seems grandpas be horny, so maybe let that go. I guess I get how it would be weird though.
It's hard. It's
my
also
grandpa's dick. So
Also, it's hard to judge. So maybe we should take the reader or the writer inner's word for it
Yeah, listener.
to be. Well, we don't know if they listen. They could have just written in.
I guess so. Yeah. Maybe they just stumbled upon my website.
That would be fucking piss me off. Is this coming out this Thursday?
Yes.
Chautauqua,
Yes, it is.
Wisconsin. I will be there this Friday or Saturday. I don't know.
I'm gonna be in.
I'm headlining. Come to that.
Nice.
Or I think I'm headlining.
Oh, Fair
Come to
State.
it.
Fair State is this Sunday. Tommy Schneeman is going
Nice.
to be headlining it, and Kind of sounds like we're getting a Kelsey Cook drop in at
Nice.
Fair State. So you're going to want to come to that.
You heard it here first, folks.
A professional comedian. All right, that's
David, you got anything? You got anything you want to promote?
It's coming out Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys can see me on Tight Ship in Chicago yesterday.
You'll be in Chicago.
Yeah, I'm not really doing shows. I'm just going down to fuck around with some people and then head back up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, go fuck yourselves. We'll we'll figure out this audio stuff, and you'll have a full episode next week. Until then, don't complain. Don't
Complain to Tommy.
Yeah,
if you're gonna
yeah,
complain
right to
to
Tommy.
anybody, complain to Tommy.
Because Grant and I were giving each other shit, saying it's each other's fault. We know damn well it's Tommy's fault. Yep.
All right. Thanks, David.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Sorry you came on a fucked up episode.
Yeah. Sorry, Freeburg.
I feel like this just will cement my legacy a little more.
It's funny because you really hyped up how into audio you were at the beginning of this episode.
And then look what happened.
Yeah.
Because of
Sorry
Tommy.
about that, guys.
Bye.
All right. Goodbye.